We have Zach Spencer with us this morning. Zach joined us in September 2025. Thank you for being here, Zach.
Oh, thank you for having me. You're well?
Awesome. So firstly, first question as always, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, just so everyone knows you.
Okay. So background. I actually used to work in sales. Um,
I feel like everyone
yeah,
used to
well,
work in sales.
I think it's a good transition
Yeah.
because working within sales, you really learn how to have people skills.
Yeah.
And in a lot of industries, without having people skills, you are gonna one succeed in that respect, but you're not gonna have a loyal client base.
Yeah.
With sales, I actually worked for Telstra.
Yeah.
Now, I still get asked Telstra questions, so don't ask me.
Yeah. Where the Telstra? I've never asked you. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I enjoyed it. I went out of high school, went into uni, and I started with Telstra.
Hmm.
I actually quickly developed within Telstra, so sales within the first year. And look, I'm not gonna lie, I was good at it. I liked the hustle. I liked the energy. It was always one thing after another. It was go, go, go. By 19, I was a sales manager.
Yeah.
So I liked that challenge and how they worked the stores. Back when I worked for them,
Hmm.
it was ran as an individual business in a sense.
Yeah.
So,
So people had different people own Telstras.
well, at that time, it was when I worked there, it was called Vita Group.
Yeah.
And they had about 250 stores.
Yeah.
And how the CEO ran it was your own business. Because essentially, if the business wasn't profitable, the managers didn't get paid commission.
Yeah.
So I made sure that business was
Yeah.
profitable
Yeah.
because I wanted my commission.
Yeah.
But from that, I learned how to read a profit and loss report, how to manage wages, everything in that respect, and understand, okay, we need to increase this. How do we do it? Not there's a problem. It was, okay, there's a problem. What's going to be the solution?
Yeah.
Which I think has really benefited me going into mortgage broking as well. Not just going, oh, there's a problem. I'm freaking out. It's okay. There's a problem. I need to figure out a solution
Solution.
ASAP and go from there.
Yeah. Which you find clients, that's actually all they care about. I think when you have a decline or you need an extension on finance, they really, yes, they care that there's an issue, but the most important thing is coming up with a solution.
Look, exactly. I'm a person that if you come to me with a problem, you need to have a solution.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've always been like that, and I treat every scenario in that same respect as
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
because I don't like if someone comes up to me
Yeah.
in personal business, whatever it is, and goes, "Oh, this is the problem."
Yeah.
Silence.
Yeah. And I feel like working at Telstra, when I think of it, like when I walk into Telstra, I'm already like, I don't know, frustrated as in like I hate waiting in line.
Yeah.
But you know what I say when I walk out, I still feel like I was loved.
Mm.
Just because obviously that's something they teach you, your customers are super important. So tell me about how you actually got into broking then. So what year was that, Telstra?
Yeah, 2021. So
Yeah.
this is actually a really funny story.
Yeah.
I tell everyone about it. So this was just after COVID.
Yeah.
And I left management. I was
So
in
2021 left management.
and
Yeah.
I went back down to sales. And during that period, toot my own horn. Yes, I was number one in Australia for sales, and I have the proof.
Yeah.
So I was stoked about that. I'm very competitive in that respect.
Yeah.
I was serving a customer. Anyway, I was a bit frustrated afterwards.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let me call off. Sat down, manager was like, yep, next one's in your booth. I was like, perfect. He was flustered.
Yeah.
And I just said, okay, what do you need? And he said, I just need 3 phones. And I'm like, okay, what are they used for? He told me, and I was like, okay, easy. Can I have your credit card and driver's license for ID? Do you care about color? No. Cool. All right, sweet. Sit
Yeah.
here. 20 minutes later, brought him at the contracts phone, explained everything. And he looked at me and said, do you want a job? And I was thought to myself, oh, okay. And I asked him,
Was he a
"Well,
broker?
what do you do?"
Okay.
And he said, I'm a mortgage broker. And I was like, oh, okay. Like I've actually wanted to get into the finance industry, just didn't know how to.
Yeah.
Met with him, and he was actually the director. And yeah, loved me. And actually how my finance journey, becoming a broker, started.
So was
Was
that 2021?
yeah,
Yeah.
around that 2021 period. Yeah.
Did you find the transition difficult, like learning all the new? Because I think that's the part that a lot of people feel daunted about,
Mm.
which I just always say, just timing. Like it's just more so the more exposure you get, the more policies you learn. So you find that part daunting, like the transition over.
No,
Yeah.
because I said to him, I said, I'm not going to be a broker straight away. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be upfront there.
Yeah.
I want to learn the back end system first.
Yeah. Learn
And
how to lodge a deal.
he agreed because
Mm.
he said, if a if you jump into being a broker straight away and if someone's away sick or someone quits, on the spot, how are you gonna lodge a deal if you don't know how to do it?
Correct.
And yeah, so I started out actually as his assistant.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, I did my certificate I did my diploma so fast because I was like, nah, I want to be a broker.
Yeah.
And
After starting as a
I started as an
assistant,
assistant.
yeah.
Within the
Yeah.
first 2 months,
Yeah.
I was like, nah. I was like,
Yeah.
I just didn't like being an assistant.
Yeah.
That's always been my thing. I like being in control of what I can
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'm out.
Mm.
I need to head down, bum up, get this sorted, get my accreditations, and start my journey from there.
So did you transition to being a broker 2 months after?
It was within the 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he said, do your cert, do your diploma, and then we'll transition.
So we're now in 2022, right? Roughly.
Yeah.
So tell me about like your first year of broking, second year,
Mm.
in terms of the process of even numbers or learning,
Mm.
how to deal with clients.
Learning to deal with clients, I didn't struggle with, but it
Mm.
was a big learning
Yeah.
because coming from sales, it was not going to say it was easy to get a deal across the line,
Mm.
but I knew how to get a deal across the line.
Yeah.
And I really adapted what I learned with sales and management across to broking
Yeah.
with that relation of, how do you feel? Open questions in that
Yeah.
respect. But I vastly learned every client obviously isn't going to be the same, but
Yeah.
they're vastly different as well.
Yeah.
So that was a learning for me.
Yeah.
My biggest learning, honestly,
Mm.
was self-employed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my biggest learning.
Yeah.
Second to that,
As in self-employed clients.
yes.
Yeah.
Self-employed clients was
Yeah.
my biggest learning.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just your standard company lending,
Yeah.
buying a residential property. It
Because you
was
already had the background of reading a profit
100%.
and loss balance sheet.
It was more so within the bank calculations of, okay, here's this company, but they've got a discretionary trust attached. This is where the funds go. This is the distribution. Going through all those financials and making sure it was done correctly.
Yeah.
That was probably my biggest learning.
Yeah.
Second to that was separation agreements.
Mm.
I'd never dealt with that before.
Yeah.
And my first one, I was like,
And then also like with separation agreements,
the
it's not
emotions
just- it's the
attached.
emotions, managing the
And look,
emotions.
I'll admit, I am an empath.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a big, big empath in that respect.
Really?
I am, yeah. So that was another big learning on removing the emotion
Yeah.
because you can't.
And trying to help them remove the emotion.
Correct, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, there's a solution here.
Yeah.
But you can't allow what my personal feelings or how I feel about a situation get in front of me.
Yeah.
I may feel, sad or upset about what they're going through, but end of the day, it's a professional relationship.
Yeah.
I'm here to assist them with what is noted in here,
Mm.
and we move forward from there.
Yeah. So are there parts of broking? Because if you obviously enjoy the sales part of like when you're at Telstra, then I assume broking as well. But is there particular parts of broking that you now really enjoy?
Yeah. Yeah, there is. So it's the hunt.
Yeah.
Sorry, probably not the best word to use, but it's
Yeah.
the hunting for a deal.
Yeah.
Because I am competitive and I know I'm good at my job
Yeah.
and I know I can get this through across the line. I'm impatient
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
So,
And I agree. I reckon
it's the hunt. It's that chase aspect of when a client goes, yes,
Mm.
let's go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm like, I did it.
I
Let's go.
And I think as well, like you hear in this industry, like, I wrote $100 million, right?
Mm.
Anyone for me in the industry, if you're getting leads, no offense, you're not a broker, you're a
Correct.
loan writer.
Yes.
Because brokers are hunters.
Mhm.
Like, you need to know how to get a lead, then you need to know how to close a lead. All the back end stuff, like that's stuff that can be taught. But if you are a true broker, you have to be a hunter
Exactly.
and self-sufficient. Whereas you have a lot of loan writers who say they write $100 million,
Mhm.
but they're not actually brokers if you're getting leads.
Correct, and to add on that part,
Mm.
I agree solely, but it's not even I I'm gonna speak off topic here.
Yeah.
I find a lot of brokers in this industry, you're right. They say, "Yeah, I write 100 mil or 120, rah, rah, rah." Yeah, okay, cool. Yes, you're getting leads,
Yeah.
you know, good on you in that
Mm.
respect. However, what's your process after? Because
Yeah.
a lot of them are transactional
Yeah.
and they just don't care.
Agreed.
And that's what I've found
Mm.
is a lot of them don't have a care factor. It's, all right, I've been paid now. See you later. Bye. I'll talk to
Correct.
you in 2 years or so,
Yeah.
maybe, or when you come back to
Mm.
me.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Which is why I've always believed, like, even the 12-month reviews,
Mm.
like, I've always thought do 6-month reviews.
Yep.
Like, for anything but just keeping more of the relationship, because I think 12 months now is too long. If
Correct.
you're not speaking to someone every 6 months minimum, if not even 3 months, depending on what your plan is with them, that's where then it becomes more relationship based, client, not transactional.
Correct.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And look, I learned that during that period where rates, I'd love for them to go back down,
Yeah.
where rates were 2%.
Yeah.
That's what I learned when we had those point
Mm.
0.5 increases basically every single month.
Yeah.
I'd have a client come to me, market rate would be, let's say, 2.8%,
Yeah.
but they're on 3.6.
Yeah.
I just think if that was my client,
Mm.
I would be so upset with myself because
Yeah.
I'm not taking care of them.
Correct. Correct. And not reviewing them at least.
Exactly.
So is there a part then, like, in broken that people misunderstand when they're coming in? Because I
Yeah.
find it's great to have sales background, but I think you almost need, there's a different understanding of broken. So is there things that people misunderstand when they're coming in
Yeah.
that even shocked you?
No, it didn't shock me.
Mm.
I still see shock in it now.
Yeah.
In that, like, not shock. It's just when my good eyes got something and I see it, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
The biggest misconception that I
Mm.
find within the industry
Yeah.
and outsiders is being a broker's easy.
Yeah.
Ah, you just sit at a desk, you write a home loan, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's almost the same when they say real estate agents have an easy job.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Okay.
get a house, yeah, you sell it. Oh, it's not as look. I wish it was that easy.
Yeah. Okay.
I
If
wish
it
it
was
was.
easy, everyone would be
Oh,
doing it.
everyone
Yeah.
would be a broker. If it was that easy, I'd be working 9 to 5. Actually, no, I'd be doing
Mm.
3 days a week, nine
Yeah.
to five. I'm doing 12, 13 hours a day, and
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about it because I genuinely love what I do.
Yeah.
But that's the biggest misconception is that it is easy.
Yeah.
It's not. We've got 35, 40 lenders on the
Yeah.
panel.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, I can barely keep up with half the credit policy changes that are
Correct.
coming out.
Correct.
So it isn't easy. It's a lot of research.
Yeah.
Because when a client comes to you, you need to know that answer.
Agreed.
You've
Agreed.
got to be on the ball.
And I think as well, like, I feel like although rates have even been going up, we've still been in a good market.
Yeah.
Because less supply means prices are going up, so our loan amounts are going up as well. But up until probably now the budget, we'll see what happens by the time this airs, right?
Yep.
But up until the budget, now I feel it's turning into a tough market, which I
Yep.
love, because like real estate, people will fall out. Like
Yes.
working, people will fall out. And although the share is 81%, if that share goes back to 70%, I wouldn't be complaining,
I'm not
because it
complaining at all.
means less people to compete with.
You're
Yeah.
weed. I think this change or this
Mm.
moment we're in as an economy, especially within our industry of finance and real estate,
Yeah. But you
it
have to
is
be a hunter.
it's weeding out those brokers that are not hunters. It really, really is. And when this kind of started to shift,
Yeah.
it reminded me of what happened in COVID.
Correct. Agreed.
And it was very
Doom and gloom.
we're in the unknown.
Yeah.
And it's gonna weed them out. Please weed
Yeah.
them out. Get rid of them.
Nicely. Nicely.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Like,
I hope you find something else.
yeah. Explore other options,
Yeah,
please.
yeah, Yeah. So clients,
Yeah.
do you have any clientele stories where, like, it's a different situation or scenario where they thought they weren't getting a loan and then you were able to get it approved?
Yeah. Probably look, I'll admit, this is probably one where, unfortunately, my
Mm.
emotions did get the best of me because it was more personal
Yeah.
in that respect. So I had a client come in, we reviewed our options, and she just broke down crying.
Yeah.
And
Was it separation?
yeah.
Yeah.
So this was a separation. Everything had been finalized. When this was done, the market wasn't the best. So essentially, they didn't have a healthy deposit in that respect.
Yeah.
And
To buy the property?
to no, everything had been
Oh,
finalized.
yeah.
So
So
they
she
sold the
okay,
property.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
3 kids,
yeah,
100% support, no child support payment either.
yeah.
And she opened up to me
Mm,
honestly, and I appreciated that a lot because with honesty came with the fact of me having a better understanding of what the situation was, where
agree.
I can then tailor a better solution for her.
Yeah,
We had a follow-up meeting
yeah.
and I presented options. And from there, I said, we need to increase your deposit from X amount to X. It's
Mm,
not a big increase. Let's go through a quick budget
yeah,
to see where we can change a few things. Credit score wasn't the best either.
yeah. What's the credit score?
It was under 400.
Yeah.
Um,
Because of hardship?
wasn't hardship.
Yeah,
Um, it was, let's just say there was a reason why they split up.
yeah,
So we went through options on how to essentially increase your credit score. And
yeah,
I explained the benefits of, yes, look, you've got this credit card here.
yeah,
However, we need this closed. What the benefit here is going to be once that's closed,
yeah,
it will slightly increase your credit score. Let's work on
yeah.
that. That went on for about 6 months.
Mm,
I reached back out to her, spoke to her, and she said, perfect. I'm $1,000 away from where you said.
yeah.
And I said, amazing.
In terms of the deposit amount as well.
Deposit amount, yes.
Yeah,
Credit cards closed. What's my credit score? I'm seeing it on the app. It's above where it needs to be. I said, wonderful. Purchased the property. We actually did the family home guarantee scheme.
yeah,
And I later found out the reason why her deposit had increased so much.
yeah,
She was a nurse, 3 kids. The reason why her deposit increased so much was she actually sold her car.
yeah,
The kids were at an age where they could walk to school,
yeah.
but she sold her car and she was push biking every single day to work.
Wow.
And that broke my heart
Mm,
because one, I didn't know, but two, I come from a single parent.
yeah,
I know the struggles.
yeah,
I've seen it firsthand.
yeah,
And we got it pre-approved. That week, she found a property around the corner from the kids' school.
yeah.
Settlement happened. She came in and gave me the biggest hug and the just gratitude.
Yeah.
That's probably, put the money
Mm,
aside of what I get paid. That's the biggest part of what I love about my role is that cup is being filled up
yeah.
because without what the support of what I went through,
Mm,
having a single mum,
yeah,
I wouldn't be where I am today,
yeah,
but I wouldn't have that resilience in me.
yeah,
And it was just nice to feel that gratitude, but
yeah,
also give that back,
yeah.
give that assistance back.
Just
That's what
yeah.
really just,
I agree.
yeah,
I agree, man. Because I think and I say this all the time, like you in broking especially, you'll do like 20 approvals, right?
mm,
And you are really numb to it
yeah,
because you know there's something else coming. But it's those deals that I feel like everyone should hold on. So if there's any brokers out there, if there's a particular type of deal where you look at your life, you look at your situation, there will be particular types of deals that hold close to home, and then you realize that's why you do it.
yeah,
When I, come from a single parent household as well, when I get a single parent, that is the deal, or DV, domestic violence as well. When I get one of those, that is the deal to come high, low water that
yeah,
you need to get through. And
yeah,
at least it makes you know why you're doing it every day.
exactly. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. So is there in that deal, is there a lesson that all buyers can kind of learn from, or borrowers, like credit report? Do you have any particular like lessons that they could learn from it?
Financial literacy is a big thing. And saying that, that's a harsh word.
Yeah.
I'll be honest there. And I say to every single client, I'm not a sugarcoater.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it how it is, but we'll work from there.
Yeah.
Financial literacy is a big thing
Yeah.
because if you don't understand how money works or how credit works,
Yeah.
you're not going to you don't have an understanding. And I feel in Australia, we are very Americanized in that sense. And I'll be honest,
Mm.
my family, my mum's side of the family, they are American. So
Mm.
I grew up with that,
Yeah.
but
Where your credit report is super
super
important.
important.
Yeah.
But to have credit, you got to have credit.
Yeah.
In Australia, it's opposite.
Yeah.
It's how you treat it,
Yeah.
not
Mm.
to have credit. Because over there, you could
You've
have,
got to have credit to have credit,
yeah,
but you got to treat it's how you treat credit here.
100%. Like you could have a $10,000 credit card in the US, but if it's $0, you do a bank application, it doesn't exist because you got
Yeah.
nothing owing.
Yeah.
Here, you got 10K, nothing owing. They're going to assess you on, well, what if you max that out tomorrow?
Yeah.
The whole what if. It's a
Yeah.
lot more structured in that sense. Over
Yeah.
there, it's a lot
It's
different.
almost like if you have $100,000 limit and you've been paying it off every month, or you have a 50 grand balance, it
Hmm.
looks better than someone who doesn't spend anything.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I feel like for me in Australia, credit reports would be income and savings, right? That is what it is.
Mm.
Like you either have the income or you don't, or you have the savings, you don't. You need to look at other options. However, credit reports is the one where you cannot
You can't
influence.
play around with.
You can't play around
Mm.
with, and it's even harder now because it's the last 2 years, and a lot of people actually don't know until they apply for a home loan. So I always say to clients, my recommendation for anyone, go sign up to the free Equifax report every
Yes.
month. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm obsessed with credit reports,
Oh,
bro.
no,
I write
same.
mine every
Yep.
every 2
I do the
weeks just
same.
just to make sure because I'm like, because you don't know, and it's the old saying of, you have a credit card and then annual fee comes up, you haven't used it and you don't know, and then all of a sudden it's on your credit report.
Yep.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. So, if you think, like, if there's misconceptions in just lending or
Mhm.
brokering that you could recorrect, what would it be?
The banks don't assess you on what their rates are.
Yeah,
That's the biggest thing. You could do an online calculator.
true.
That that that's you can do an online calculator, but
Mm,
because I think when you do it, you'll have a look on the website. Oh, okay. Westpac's going to give me 6.18%. I'm going
yeah,
to work off. Oh, I can get $1 million loan. Yippee! You go see the bank or you see a broker, which should be preferred to see a broker.
yeah,
Um, they're going to work you off an assessment rate.
yeah,
And the way I see an assessment rate is they work you off tomorrow
yeah,
because we know in Australia, we've seen in the last couple of years, we've seen in the last 12 months, we've had 3 rate reductions.
yeah,
Now we've seen 3 rate hikes.
yeah,
It fluctuates.
yeah,
So that's one thing that I would like.
yeah. Rick, how do you deliver those news? Because I know, especially when you start at, you've been in it now for what would be
Yeah,
6
5,
years,
6 years,
right?
yeah.
When I started, I found it difficult to deliver those news because someone would tell you my borrowing capacity is at 1.5, and I'm like, how they even, and you're trying to figure out how to get to that number.
Mhm.
So, is there a method that you use to kind of deliver those
Yeah.
news? Yeah,
I'm visual.
yeah,
I've always been a visual person. I need to see it so I can explain it.
yeah.
And I feel like a lot of clients are
Same.
also because it's one building that trust there.
Mm,
So when we are going through borrowing power and they've said, "Oh, I've done an online calc, I can
mm,
get that 1.5."
yeah,
Cool, no worries. All my clients are via video. So
yeah,
I love to share a screen
mm,
and I'll run through it and then I'll explain, well, this is how the bank actually works you out. How did you do it on the online calculator?
yeah.
And then we find, here we go. This is
Correct.
why. And they're like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
Yep,
didn't
that
include
makes
that
sense.
car loan. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't include that credit
yeah,
card. I
yeah.
didn't include my zip pay.
Yeah, yeah, and I find, I always like to get clients to then screenshot me, what figures they plugged in because they're not doing it every day, right? And it's like clients, as soon as you see a number that you like, you're not going to go back and be like, is
100%.
that definitely correct?
Biggest thing is the living expenses.
Yeah,
And look, I'm guilty of it. When I've got a weekly budget.
yeah,
I never stick to it.
yeah, yeah.
But when you're doing those online calcs, yeah, okay, I spend $120 a week on groceries.
No,
It's $250.
got 3 kids. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You got 3 kids, it's $500 a week. Where you
yeah,
get this 120 from?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So buyers, if you look at buyer sentiment at the moment, like, do you feel they're more confident, less confident? especially with, the new budget
Yeah,
release, like how you find buying sentiment in the market.
it depends on the type of buyer.
Mm.
That's really what it is because you've got, I feel, a lot of investors, they're still confident, but
Yeah,
they're essentially sitting on their hands for the moment
yeah,
because from an investor point, you want certainty.
yeah,
You want confidence. You want to know exactly what's happening. This is what we're in at the moment. We're in that little twilight
yeah.
period here where it's the unknown.
Over
COVID.
2, 3 months before. I think it was in Jan to December to December 29, 2020.
Because we went in our first lockdown
Yeah,
January.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, 2020. And then
Yes.
it spilled over for the whole year, and then it was
Hmm.
around December to March, it
Yeah.
really had a standstill, and all of a sudden, it just started changing.
Boom.
Mm.
And I feel that's what it is. So I think it's my belief. I'd say a good 70% of investors
Yeah,
and first home buyers are still scared
yeah,
because the media, I don't listen to the media. It
yeah,
is all doom and gloom.
yeah,
But they do listen to it,
yeah,
and that's okay, but
yeah,
because it's doom and gloom, they're being told, "If I buy a property for $1,000,000, in 12
yeah,
months' time, it's gonna be worth 900K. Oh, I owe more than that potential if they're doing a scheme."
yeah,
It's yep, I can ag
mm,
I can see where you're viewing that, but how long are you gonna live in the property?
yeah. And you know what's even worse with when you talk about media, because of the generation, and you are finding younger and younger buyers, right?
Mm,
They just on shorts. They're not even watching the
no,
full clip.
no.
Like, there's no way, I
It's
think
20
it's
seconds,
20
market's
seconds.
dropping, don't buy now.
Correct, correct, as opposed to doing your own research. Because I feel, and I say to buyers, again, and I mentioned this earlier, if you can buy in a market where there's less buyers,
Yep,
why wouldn't you? Especially if you're gonna keep it for 5, 10 years.
exactly.
But obviously that's the other side of it, that a lot of, in our generation, people aren't keeping properties for 5 years. They're keeping it for 2 and 3 years, and then
I'll
once
be
it's
honest,
best
I
thing.
kept mine for not even 18
Yeah.
months,
Yeah.
and
I
I
haven't
sold it.
lived in one house for more than a year and a half.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I'll put my hand up. I am part of that
Yeah.
generation
Yeah.
where I'm
Yeah.
not living in a house 5, 10 years. No way.
Yeah.
But I think it's
Mm.
education's key because you are, I'll admit, I'm on TikTok. I'm watching the Instagram reels. It can get
Yeah.
really overwhelming when you don't have that understanding either.
Yeah.
And I can agree with that.
Yeah.
If honestly, if I was not in this industry,
Yeah.
oh, I would be like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to buy a property
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And I would believe it.
Yeah.
But I look at the open homes I've gone to,
Yeah.
what I've seen in the past week or two,
Yeah.
there has been a slight bit more confidence coming back,
Yeah.
especially with the owner occupiers that are mover upgraders.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Because
is there a trend you see now in the market that is kind of getting you excited?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest trend I'm seeing is a chunk of investors are put to the side for the moment. So
Yeah.
let's park them over here.
Yeah.
It's the owner occupiers that are wanting to upgrade their property or
Yeah.
downsize.
Yeah.
That's what's exciting me because it is a good market for them.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
great market
Yeah.
because a part of their competition is removed.
Correct.
And when you've got less competition,
Correct.
your percentage is going to be higher.
Correct. Correct. And I think especially that's why we then focus on bridging loans. I
Home
always
to
look at bridging
home.
loans at the moment, home to home.
Home to home. I don't like using the word bridging. Home to home because you're going from
the
home to
dirty B
home.
word in the
The
market.
dirty B word.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Is more like that people can buy in a low market and sell in a higher market. Like,
Yeah.
really, right? And that's the hope. So, yeah, I find I don't know, I just think a lot of, especially upgraders, downsizers, I'm finding they're more holding, but
Mm.
upgraders definitely, like I'm saying to them,
The younger families.
correct, buy in a lower market, sell in a higher market.
Yeah.
Great. So rapid fire questions.
All right, let's go.
It's never rapid fire, by the way. It
Yeah,
always kind
okay.
of goes on. Offset or redraw?
Offset.
Offset. Why?
I like having control of my money.
Yeah.
I don't want to visually see my loan go down. I've got a home loan.
Yeah.
It's going to stay there.
Yeah.
I like having that flexibility
Yeah. Yeah.
and I like having that control.
Yeah.
I like seeing, okay, I've got this.
Yeah.
The way it can get structured.
Yeah.
I'll be honest
And
here.
knowing you can pay it off.
100%.
Although redraw as well. Like you can-
Redraw's the same.
Yeah.
I need to have separate accounts.
Yeah.
Because look, if I have all my money put into redraw or one offset account, I'm gonna think I'm a baller.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
And then I'm
Yeah.
gonna spend
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden my rates come out.
Yeah.
I got a rates bill, I've got an insurance bill, the car insurance is
Yeah.
due,
Yeah.
hot water system needs to be done. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. You haven't split it up properly.
Yeah, I like having everything split up.
Mm. So is there one habit you would say to your clients or anyone looking to borrow to implement? What would be one habit?
One habit, but understanding how an offset account works.
Yeah.
Because I have clients that come through with refinancing and I ask the question,
Mm.
what facilities do you have? Have you, you've got an offset?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't like it. Didn't work for us. Didn't do anything for us. Okay,
They
how did
don't
you
say
use it?
that. Yeah, correct.
Oh, my pay went in there and I spent out of it and I had $100 left at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the issue. I say, let's structure it where we have
Mhm.
multiple.
Yeah.
You've got one offset. That's your savings.
Yeah.
That's your big nest egg. Because
Yeah.
remember when you were trying to buy a home, you were saving for that home deposit? That's how you got to treat it.
Correct.
But it's the opposite. Instead of earning the money, you're
Mhm.
actually saving it off your home loan.
Yeah. And I find with offset accounts, most of the time, the biggest thing I find with clients is that they think their minimum payments are going to drop.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So I always say to clients, let's imagine if you have a $500,000 loan, if you have $500,000 in the offset account,
Oh, my
the
repayments are
minimum
nothing.
payment is still going to be 2.5 grand. However, in that 2.5 grand, paying no interest and more
Mhm.
principal. So I find that's the easiest way to explain to clients as opposed to, if you have 100,000 in the offset account, this is how much interest is being charged. Just tell them, imagine having 500,000 in the offsetting a $500,000 loan.
Mhm.
Your minimum payment is going to be X amount. However, there's no interest being charged.
Correct.
Yeah. So last one, where do you think the market will be in 12 months?
I think it's going to go back to what it was
Yeah.
before the budget
Yeah.
announcement.
Yeah.
I genuinely do, because there's going to be that slight change for this moment.
Yeah.
However, once we have investors, first home buyers, mover upgraders regain that confidence,
Yeah.
because we don't know. That's the
Agreed.
thing.
Agreed.
I'll be honest, if I was an investor or a mover upgrader, I would kind of be holding out because
Yeah.
I like certainty
Yeah.
on what I'm buying, because
Yeah.
it is going to be either one of or the largest asset I buy, and I want to have confidence when I am buying
I
it.
agree. I think that's why like everything that's happening, I think people are realizing and hoping that Kim Chalmers is realizing
Yeah.
market is just built on confidence.
Yes.
Confidence and certainty. Like regardless of what's happening, which is why I'm keen for us to go over the budget, it to be passed through, whether it's passed through or not, I don't care.
I just want to know what's going on.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Awesome. Well, thank you, Zach.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
You're
you
well.
coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. Guys, tune in. If you have any questions, shoot it through to us.